welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Corey Wren. I'm a vegan sociologist, a vegan feminist, and a vegan witch. And today we're talking stone magic. And I am a particular fan of stone magic over crystal magic because stones are, similar, but also you can just find them on your own. Whereas the crystal industry, unfortunately, is really environmentally problematic, and it involves a lot of child labor and forced animal labor, and it's underpaid, dangerous, and not something that I want to support. Not to mention it's ripping up the earth in order to get these gemstones. It's not to say I don't have any crystals or gemstones, but for the most part, they've just kind of made their way to me, been gifted to me or re-gifted to me. I only have purchased a handful of very small tumbler stones in my life. So that's my little ethical 2 cents today. Today I'm going to be talking about a very mundane magical stone. And by mundane, I mean this is a stone that you can probably find on your own without too much difficulty. And that is the Hagstone. So the Hagstone is basically just a rock that has a hole in it, a naturally occurring hole in it. If you drill a hole in it, that's cheating. That's not a Hagstone. And sometimes, I don't know, they're just everywhere. And then sometimes I don't really see them. So I think it does depend on the geology of the area. Certain types of stones, of course, are more easily going to be eroded. These particular rocks that I have here, a whole bunch, I'm doing some crafting with them. These particular Hagstones I got at Key West. I was in Key West not that long ago for my mother's birthday. We love Key West. And I was just having a really peaceful evening in the ocean. It was the last day there, and I'm watching the boats go by, the pirate ships. It's Key West after all. And what do you do when you're just having a peaceful day at the beach? You're looking at stones and shells, aren't you? So I was looking around and just happened to notice quite a few of the Hagstones. So I have a pile of these that I've collected from Key West and put them in my pocket, and nature's pocket, and my bathing suit, and then of course brought them back to England. And I thought I would make some really cool window decorations with them. And it's been months and months now since I brought these back, and I haven't really done anything with them. So it's something I'd like to get off my to-do list. I do like to hang things in my window. I was going to give them as gifts, but my friends weren't especially excited about them as I am, so I might just keep them for myself. So Hagstones historically have a lot of folklore attached to them. The idea, I suppose, of the evil eye, associated with witches and witchcraft and sorcery and seeing in a psychic way, I suppose. On the other hand, this is kind of the thing about witchcraft folklore is on one hand, it will be things that are associated with witchcraft can be pitted as very evil or bad and things you don't want to be around, or that can be used to repel witches. And then we're fast forwarding to the current times and contemporary witchcraft culture, and a lot of those things have been reclaimed. So for instance, the witch's bottle or the witch's bauble or the witch's marks, all these things that you find in houses or under houses from pre-modern, like late medieval times, those were intended to keep witches at bay. Well, now you see a lot of witches who will incorporate those things into their homes intentionally. So I know I made a witch's bottle when I moved to my new place and put that outside to keep my house safe, not from witches, but from ne'er-do-wells of other makes and kinds. So that's how I see Hagstones then. I see them as a really interesting phenomenon of nature that certainly would have excited the imagination of early peoples and continues to excite our imaginations today. Kids, of course, but even adults, like they're just neat. And everybody likes rocks, right? So we can attach our own positive meanings and symbolic associations to Hagstones. So in the witch community, oftentimes these will represent good luck. And again, some psychic intuition, you can see into other realms when you peer through. But yeah, they're meant to be portals into the other side. For me, at the most base, I just see them as good luck, good fortune. And they're just easy to look at, easy on the eye and pleasant. So with that, I'm going to complete my little collection here. So I was thinking I'm also always trying to be like use up in random bits and bobs around the house. So I had some leftover twine, and I've created this, and I'm going to perhaps tie that into a knot and use that to hang in the window. But with these, I really got into macrame last year and had lots and lots of leftover strings from macrame when you have to trim them. And I just could not throw them away. I figured there'd have to be some purpose for them. And one of them is I make wreaths with them. I tie the boughs of evergreen with them. But also I thought maybe I could make a Hagstone window charm. So the trick is, though, that these are quite heavy. These are made of these might be made of coral because they came from the beach. So the heavier ones, I think, would probably be better suited for this thicker string. But see what I mean? And if I had some leftover beads or whatever, those would look really cool on there. And one of the other things that I do when I'm making my little tacky witchy window charms is if I lose an earring or if I find an earring and so I no longer have matching earrings, using earrings can add little baubles to your window charms as well. So let's see what I can come up with.